Hello, everybody. So today I'm going to try and do an Ironclad run for Ascension 10. I did most of my grinding to get him to Ascension 10 before the big patch, and mostly relied on the infinites that were available to him. But ever since the patch came out, I feel like he has lost a lot access to a lot of those, especially with some of the card reworks. I'm pretty sure that he's still a strong character, and we're gonna try and figure him out today. If it happens, then it happens. But if it doesn't, then hopefully he has other ways to win. Let's find out together. Alrighty, Stone Humidifier, an underrated start. Honestly, card removes, if I remember correctly, are super useful if I wanted to get the infinite rolling. Fish boss. A lot of paths to take. Oh my goodness, they really gave me something to work with here. Um, I think I'm inclined to not take this left path. It just way too many fights in a row, followed by a forced elite. I feel like the same thing with this path right here. It's like one event makes it just minimally better, but it's still basically just a bunch of fights in a row with a forced elite. So that is two paths eliminated, which basically gives us this path on the right. From there, hmm, I think I would like to do the first three combats followed by a shop, then a regular fight. There's still a lot of fighting. What if I went this way? That's a lot of campfires if I follow this up the row. But no shop, really. How many campfires is this? One, two, three, four. Four campfires. One late elite. Four campfires kind of makes Stone Humidifier very interesting. You know what? We'll go with a humidifier. Let's give it a chance. Alright, now let's get through these easy combats and see if we can just minimize the amount of chip. Give me a good draw, please. Always draw all of my defense on the turn when this thing is not attacking. Always needs to get like at least one big hit off. Alright, can we deal 13? Of course not. Well, that was truly a terrible easy pool fight for some reason. Unlucky draw. Um, it does make me more inclined to go to the left. Stomp is good AoE from what I can tell. I've never been a fan of Bludgeon in the first game, even when it was a rare. I think the only reason I ever took it was for Snecko Eye decks, so I'm not going to take it here. I think the play is Stomp. Well, Stomp immediately being useful. I think we want to focus this one on the left. That's 12. Plus 12 is 24, plus Explosive Pot. Yeah. Naturally. Well, Potion saved me a bunch of the chip that I took on that last fight. Taunt is pretty good. I think its upgrade gives 2 vulnerable. I think I want to try and lean into vulnerable with this character. I heard somewhere that they buffed a lot of his vulnerable cards. But do I just want to take a Perfected Strike instead? Boss is Fish. I think I'll go with vulnerable. The chosen cheese with the humidifier. This seems like a run where I could get a lot of max health if I play it right. Let's give it a chance. Alright, last easy pool fight. Ow. Naturally. Well, I mean, I did plan on resting at the campfires anyway. Inflame? Thunderclap. Thunderclap is looking like a much better prospect now that I have Stomp and I'm kind of looking for more vulnerable application. I'll give it a chance. Hey, maybe it'll be useful here. We want to kill you fast, I think. Of course. I am just not hitting the threshold for some of these fights. Alright, C-Punk. Are you gonna kill me again? Full block. Okay. And death. Dismantle. As I said, I'm going to try leaning into it. Open door policy. If the game presents me with an opportunity, I'm going to try taking it. Rest. Thunderclap, immediately useful. We want to deal... This kills. Perfect. This one's attacking next turn. Okay, so the deck I'm building seems to work. This does 12 plus 6, 18. Very good. Another dismantle, or do I want a big hit? Remember, I also have to fight the fish and find a way to deal with the status cards he's putting in my deck. So Cinder does give me a potential way to do that. Not really a consistent way, so I'm not thrilled with it. I don't think I want to clog up the deck too much yet. Alright, 2 vulnerable on Taunt. Stomp becoming a bigger AoE is pretty good. Dismantle, 10 and 10. That's pretty good, especially if it's going to be vulnerable. Some good choices here, but I think if I want to keep vulnerable on the opponents, Taunt is my best upgrade here. Alright, another campfire gives us another upgrade. I think we want Stomp. No, not Stomp. Dismantle. We want the single target damage to get through Soulfish faster. And we have an elite upcoming. Something that could give me... There we go. And next turn, I could deal 6. Beautiful. Huh. I don't think I care for any of these. Next. We don't have to take everything that's offered to us. As I said, I'm just going to take it if it looks good. This one is a bit of a damage race and gives me an excuse to use this last campfire to rest with the humidifier. So I think the play is bash and dismantle. Taunt, thunderclap, strike. Dismantle, strike, taunt. I think that this is going well. Good. I think I definitely handled this fight correctly. I keep getting offered stomps. I will take an armaments. I think if I'm going to be resting at campfires a lot, another way to get upgrades throughout the run will be through smart armaments plays. Don't get offered too many colorless cards, and again, I am going to probably rest at this fire. Shockwave. Prep time. Prep time can make for very fun dismantles or stomps. Shockwave is... actually, it's got to be Shockwave. That's so much vulnerable and so much weak, which this deck doesn't have yet. Thunderclap, dismantle, strike, stomp is a lot of damage. Alrighty. A lot of people have trouble with this enemy. I think I built correctly to deal with it. Deck is still below 20 cards. Rampage can scale very quickly. I think I'd rather take a Pommel. Pommel is just such a good common for this character. Armaments upgrade and fight. Taunt, strike, strike. We'll use the regen potion. Alrighty, armaments for sure. Dismantle, and I'll take the hit so I can apply more vulnerable. Shockwave is going to be big here, and we'll block. Beckon, Taunt, and Thunderclap gives me more vulnerable than just a bash. Armaments, beckon, beckon. Pommel, strike, strike, stomp. Okay, so we're already at the 100 marker. I have 56 health left. I started roughly around here. God, Dismantle is actually so powerful. We're gonna take a small hit here, but I think that we're gonna get through this fight pretty well. Need to apply some more vulnerable. There we go. I think the next time I draw my Dismantle will be okay. Stomp. Well, he's not attacking this turn. Yeah, and we'll eat the 6, and he has 6 health vulnerable. He's not intangible. I think we got through the fight pretty alright, all things considered. 92 max health at the end. Blood potion for the start of next act. Unmovable is really good. And right now, I don't have any real sources of block outside of taunt and armaments. Is Cascade worth investing in? It could be later, but I think the safest thing we want is unmovable. Necrobinder cards. Interesting. Boop! Bash into break. I think that that decision was made pretty much for me when I said I was going for a vulnerable deck. We're going to be fighting Kaiser Crab, so gotta figure out the AoE. Good thing we took the Shockwave earlier. I definitely think that it's smart in Act 2 to avoid combats until later in the act. And then a late elite. Yeah, no, this is a great path. Let's go for it. Okay. Interesting. I think we just want to kill the one in the back by taunt, dismantle, armaments. Okay. Taking 3, remove the one in the back. These bugs always like to do a bunch of damage that they don't deserve. 10 block if I play unmovable defend. Or weakness. I think we just want the 10 block. Again, we're not super concerned about taking too much chip damage with the stone humidifier because we are looking for opportunities to rest more often. I do think we want to upgrade Break when we get the chance, though. It's really good. Anything here? I feel like Headbutt gives me some decent deck manipulation, so we'll take that. Ooh, Fake Shop. Everything in here is reasonably priced. I think the Ancient Tea set, or Venerable Tea set, question mark, is actually the best thing he offers. Do we have a shop upcoming? So we don't want to spend like too much money here. More max HP. Sure. And I think that's about the extent of what I want to spend at this shop. Next. Pentagraph. So this deck has a lot of sustain between Meal Ticket, Humidifier, Chosen Cheese, Pentagraph, Blood Potion. Yeah, no, it looks like this particular run wants me to survive, which is good. Obviously, I wanna survive. Dominate. Yes. And we're going to remove a strike. Do we want anything else from this shop? Stampede seems potentially interesting. I'll experiment with it. Alright, next. Got ourselves another fight. Ow. Okay, armaments, pommel. Thunderclap. Give me that AoE. Break. Stampede does get the stomp out anyway. Yeah, let's go for it. Ouch. And then strike, strike, strike. Tremble. I'm still not a fan of Tremble. I think I'm just gonna skip. Right, and looks like we're about to break the 100 mark for my health. 102. Very nice. I think I'm a little more confident in my ability to handle an elite this combat, actually. Let's take the elite. Armaments, Shockwave, Dominate. 7 strength. Yeah, Dominate is going to be doing a lot for this run, I think. Dismantle. 50 damage. Yeah, that's pretty good. We're going to get the Stampede out. Headbutt. Get our Dismantle back. Pretty sure we just need to deal 15 in addition. Yep. Okay, yeah, this deck handles elites. Like, super well. Uppercut gives me more weakness application that doesn't exhaust itself like Shockwave does, and it's more vulnerable. Sure. But I don't think I want to be adding too many more cards because we are past that 20 marker. Strike Dummy is a good damage stimulant for everything that's here so far. Pommel Strike. Honestly, with how well that elite went, I think I'm down for another. Especially since I have Pentagraph for the boss and Blood Potion. Yeah, let's do the elite. This might be the elite act. We'll use a potion for this fight. Production? Exactly the kind of stimulant I needed for this turn. So... Taunt, Shockwave, Pommel, Dominate, and Defend. Taking 5, got 6 strength, applied a bunch of vulnerable. Get the Stampede out, break, strike. Yeah. No, this feels powerful. This feels very powerful so far. Dismantle. Headbutt. Oh man, and Red Skull. Honestly, I think this is the first time I'm seeing this relic in Slay the Spire 2. I didn't know it was still in this game, but I'm glad to see it. Nothing in this deck really hurts me, so I don't think Inferno's super beneficial. I think I have good AoE with Stomp, Shockwave, Thunderclap. So no, I don't think Inferno's super necessary. Whirlwind with the strength gain from Dominate and potentially Red Skull can serve for this boss with the claws. I'm actually thinking Whirlwind. Do I have any other ways of getting energy? Not really. But Stampede also makes it so I could play Whirlwind and then get an attack off afterwards. I'll take a Whirlwind. And we'll go to the campfire, rest, back to 100 health, got some more max health. Next elite. I think we want to start with Bash, or I guess it's Break. Probably should have taunted that first, come to think of it. Dismantle. It didn't matter much. And then Stomp. You kill a bug by stepping on it. I think we want to get back our Dismantle. Then defend. This is definitely the hardest out of the second deck elites for this deck to handle, in my opinion. But it definitely will work itself out. The one dealing the most damage is in the center. Doesn't die, though. This one's debuffing me, so I think we just take that and move on. We'll keep the stable serum so we can get Thunderclap off next turn. Ow. armaments and dominate. Ow. Stomp coming at a very reasonable time. They're all buffing themselves. This does 20, so we'll just kill the one in the back. 19. 12. And stomp. Oh, the math was just slightly off. Okay. Well, GG. As I said, I'm not super concerned because there's just so much sustain built in my relics right now. And honestly, now I know I can't get Decamillipede again. So, oh, should I get an upgrade or a metamorphosis? I don't feel like the random cards help this deck a lot. I think I'd rather have the upgrade. So we're gonna upgrade Break. And get the next elite. This fight went very well last I checked. We have an anchor now, and Red Skull activated from the beginning of the fight. Pretty good. Yes. Get the Stampede, the Break, the Defend, and then the Strike plays itself. Dismantle. Pretty solid. Strike. Whirlwind. Stomp. Yeah, I don't imagine this thing actually surviving here. Swift Potion. Swift Potion could be better than potential. I'm not sure. Let's just drink the Blood Potion and then take a Swift Potion. Took damage this turn. Hit 2 times. Next attack you play is 0. There's nothing really I care about there. We'll just skip and move on. And we will rest. Back to 82 health, 116 total. I'm feeling very powerful. A lot of relics I got from being able to take all those elites. This is a good armaments, but let's take the Swift Potion first. Okay, 2 damage, still over 100, so I'm not really complaining. Unmovable, defend, and then if we're lucky, Stampede will play uppercut for us. Nope, never lucky. Ouch, he turned me around. The evil random. Taunt. Thunder, headbutt. Headbutt, yes. What do we want to headbutt? Potentially armaments, really. Very good. Using the Stampede to the best of our ability. 38 is terrifying. Tuning Fork and the unmovable plus the upgraded defends. Alright, so this is not nearly as bad as it could have been. Dismantle. We want to draw back into our dominate, because right now we have enough vulnerable to make it completely worth it. I think we want to use uppercut here, dismantle here, and strike. Okay. Well, at least it turned me around in the correct direction. Got the Red Skull activated for the rest of this fight. Um, Shockwave is really big here, actually. Shockwave, Taunt, Whirlwind, and get that Thunderclap off. Alright, the Dominate finally shows itself. Give me that strength. Oh man, that is satisfying. Dismantle. I don't need to dismantle here, but I kind of wanna. Pummel Strike for next turn? Yes, please. Alright, I think it's just a matter of winning out the rest of this fight. Full block. Stomp plays for me. That's good. Break. Uppercut. Whirlwind for 0. Thanks, Stampede. But no, this fight went very well. Break for the finisher. I am enjoying the Ironclad's playstyle with Vulnerable so far. Don't think I need Crimson Mantle. Not yet gives even more sustain to this deck, but I'm not really sure how much I need it with everything that I've included. And I think, is it time to finally add the Cascade? We have some expensive things. Yeah, actually. Let's try a Cascade. And with that, we will have to come back to this run after I go and run an errand. I'll be back. Alright, everybody, thank you for your understanding in letting me get that errand accomplished. Now we're back where we left off. We're going to see what kind of bonus we get from Vaku, and we're going to heal up from 42 to 102. Yeah, no, max health is very powerful in this game. Alright, I think that my mic's not muted, so hopefully this will all make sense once I am finished recording. Let's see, Enthralled. I don't think I want an Enthralled in this deck. That seems horrible. Yeah, Enthralled can definitely throw a monkey wrench in a lot of my turns right now. Wishes. Do I want Wishes? Or an ethereal copy of the first attack I play each turn. So this basically turns Break into 14 vulnerable and 60 damage. I don't really see any downsides to this either. Looks like we're taking the music box. Thank you, Vaku. You are the best. Now we need to start looking at pathing. Seeing a few campfires, and I think I want as many as possible to try and really utilize the stone humidifier right before the final 2 bosses. It's the Experiment and New Doormaker. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. I could get 4 fires if I follow that middle path. That seems really good, actually. So 1 fight, 3 events, another fight, so 2 fights. Then we get 2 campfires and a chest, another fight, campfire, late elite, event, fire, bosses. This is a great path. I love it when a plan comes together. Alrighty. Just gonna kick back, get our Stampede in play. Imagine how good Dominate would be if we get that event that removes the exhaust, and we could just keep getting it over and over. That would be pretty solid. I'll use a potion here. Unmovable, get my other power out. This fight should work fine. Okay, I think we want Shockwave, and then double Dismantle. Oh. We play the Whirlwind, and then the Stampede will play the Dismantle. Okay, so far so good. Double Break. Very solid. And Stomp does exactly 18. What a good fight. I think I'm gonna pass on those. Not a bad use of that potion. I'm sure I'll get a replace corrupted. Anything here that could use corrupted? I mean, I have the health to spare, and I feel like 45 damage breaks. Yes? Let's do that. Or do I want dismantle, and it makes it 15 and 15? I still think I get more damage off of the break. Alright, next event. Old coin. Oh man, I really need to spend my money. Really more focused on the campfires right now, but if a shop happens to open up from one of these question marks, then, let's see what happens. Oh, and we got the shop. It blessed run. Blessed. Alright, first we'll get our card remove. What do we want to get rid of? I'm thinking strike. We always want to get rid of strikes, right? Pen nib seems really good for this run. Feel no pain. There's not that much exhaust in this deck, really. Ashen strike. Normally, I'd love to see it. Well, maybe mayhem, actually. Stampede, mayhem. Get one at the beginning, one at the end. You know, I like colorless cards, and I like giving them a chance to shine. I think I'm going to go with the mayhem. And we'll get an attack potion to replace the one that we... No, not an attack potion. We're good on attacks. Skill potion. Okay, good shop. Next up, fight low health enemies. Man, this is the problem with only having 3 energy, and it's hard to get energy. I'm thinking we want a shockwave. That's really good for us. I'm thinking... I don't know if I need to use this potion. We'll just accept that we're going to lose just a little max health because we're going to get it all back later. 721, 21 to all. Might be better just to use Cascade. Time to gamble, see if it's worth it. If we can just... Let's see. Stomp is free. Yes. I love it when a plan comes together. Alright. We will pommel strike. Pommel strike. And... I don't really see any need for any of these cards. Alright, campfire, and we're at max health right now, so I guess Mayhem becomes 1, Cascade plays more, Stampede becomes 1, Shockwave, and so we could always get the 5. There's a few good choices here, but I think the correct choice for this is Shockwave. Alright, chest, give me something good. Venerable Tea set makes Whirlwind plays potentially good. Another upgrade. Let's get the Cascade upgrade. Okay, 115 health. I think I should be able to make this work. Let's use Thunderclap to get rid of all their artifacts. And then Shockwave. And then armaments and Stampede. Thunderclap. This deck really works well. I'm impressed. I didn't know if the Ironclad was still going to be good without his infinites, but he seems pretty up to stuff. 19, just short. What if we... They're all weak, so that's good. Wanna taunt? I think just killing one of them should be alright. What would I bring back with Headbutt? AoE can come back with Headbutt. And I could kill the one in the middle with the ethereal copy of the Headbutt. So we will take the Whirlwind back. Headbutt. Take the Thunderclap back. And then Taunt. That seems correct. I feel like I want to use Dominate and then Whirlwind. And now one of these will get played by Stampede. And fight over. It's like solving a little puzzle. I don't want any of these. Proceed. I'm getting a lot of upgrades. I genuinely thought these fighters were going to be spent on max health, but I guess once you're over 100, you don't really need too many more. Let's get Mayhem to 1, so that we could get that into play more consistently. Like on this turn. Well, I mean, I full block. Music box whited. Oh, the Mayhem. Makes sense. Okay, shoot. I think I want to get rid of both of his artifacts with that. And then we need to start figuring out how to do damage and put vulnerable on him. Got some burns. Well, maybe Mayhem isn't as good as I anticipated. Alright, this might be where I have to use my skill potion. Tuning Fork is set, which is good. Weakness applied with uppercuts, really good. I think for sure we want to play the break. But I think we want to go to skill potion. Would Rage give me Evil Eye? I think we want the Evil Eye. This is ethereal, but I don't know if I can't. Definitely playing that. Cascade, gimme. What's good? Yeah, alright. 2 damage. What's Mayhem play now? Finally a block. Which means... Headbutt, Break is now on top of my draw pile. And then Whirlwind. Now, does Mayhem... Nope, it does not. We will play Break, Dismantle, Stomp. Alright, even with Mayhem kind of messing up the flow of this deck, I guess I didn't put too much thought into that, but it seemed fun at the time. Don't blame me for experimenting, as I said. Thrash. Thrash is fun. Thrash can become 45 times 2, which is a 90 damage card if I play it right. But I don't know. I don't really think it's necessary. It does thin the deck a little bit. Playing it with Stampede and Mayhem seems, or Cascade, I don't like it. We're gonna pass. Alright, last event happened to be a combat, and then we have a campfire. Will this combat make me get more max health, or will I get one more upgrade? I think the last upgrade I want to get has to be... either of the powers being less expensive isn't bad. Maybe uppercut. Get that weak application. Taunt. Man, I keep getting dominate on the very first turn. Headbutt. And I don't think I want the second headbutt floating around, so we'll just play the strike. Alright, we got Stampede. We have Taunt. And now is it going to play Dismantle or Stomp? Dismantle. Alright, Break. Break. Oh, it does so much damage. It's so good. Probably should have played the Whirlwind for 0 so I get the strike, but I'm not sure it'll make a difference this fight. 80 health left, 16 vulnerable. Yeah, I could Cascade for this. Okay. And I think that's all I want to do with this turn. I am going to heal at the next campfire for sure. Bloodletting. Makes Cascade better. Lets me play more of my cards. I have a lot of health to spend on it. And it's upgraded. Yeah, I talked myself into it. 130 max health by the time we got to the last bosses. Okay. I think the correct play is Break first. 67. Oh my god, it kills. I think I want to get a little more set up before I put him into the next phase. Shockwave. Dismantle. Okay, not too bad. I definitely have the energy to spare for this. This seems like the turn for this. Dominate is here for 12. That's pretty good. 13 strength for the rest of this fight. Well, I guess that's disappearing. Oh well. Okay. 11 times 3 incoming. I want to taunt. Good, that unmovable power is carrying a lot for this run. $10 damage. I'm still at 100. There's Break. And it kills. Let's headbutt the Break back. And then kill. Now we can apply the vulnerable while he is in... Bloodletting, Stampede, Uppercut. defend, break, and then stampede. Okay. Pommel. Pommel. Taunt. Whirlwind. Stomp. End turn. Headbutt. What do I want to bring back? Taunt. Okay, Red Skull's procced. I'm going to be getting a Pantograph heal next fight, which is fine. 50 damage strike. I have Pen Nib ready, so I'm not wasting it on Intangible. Next turn, please. No! I forgot about Stampede. Dumb. Oh, like 91 damage twice. I think that kills this particular boss. Okay, and now new Doormaker. Pantograph heal, putting me at 88. Very solid. Do I want Mayhem in play now that I know it's gonna mess me up? Not really. Yeah, no, I think that this deck does a lot better when I could choose what card gets played twice with the music box. So, Mayhem, I'm sorry, you were a mistake. There's nothing else here that I think is really worth playing. I mean, I guess I could get Pen Nib up by playing some attacks. So, Thunderclap, Strike, Strike. Now we have Pen Nib on 5. Unmovable, Bloodletting, Shockwave, Uppercut. 6 strength ain't bad. I think this fight can be won with 6 strength. And then, Pommel, Pommel. I mean, when am I gonna throw this potion, right? 19. Ouch. Red Skull's proc, so now I have 9 strength. Taunt. Full blocks this turn. But then I can't play Stampede. I think I'd still rather. And now Stampede will be more playable later. Double break. 81 damage per. I mean, I kinda like it. I kinda like it a lot. This does 28 twice, times 2. Yeah, no, it ain't even close. Break is just damage. And I got the Pen Nib on it. Oh, so satisfying. Do I want to 10 block? This card is empty. Yeah, I exhausted Break for that turn, but we still have Dismantle and 20 vulnerable on him, 9 strength. I wonder if Cascade exhausts everything it plays. It probably does, but it doesn't look like there's anything in here I particularly care about keeping for the rest of this fight. Let's Cascade. Alright, and can we deal 114 next turn? Stampede, defend, defend. Cutting it close with 131 health, but what are you gonna do? 11 times 2. I think I kill next turn. 13, 14, 21. Yeah, this is lethal. Good game. That was a little nerve-wracking, but in the end, we got it done. Ascension 10, Ironclad run. Very fun, came together perfectly. Lots of health, lots of sustain, lots of combos. All right, and that's the run. Thanks, everybody. Have a good one.